beauty, but you won't believe what happened next. You would have never believed that this young beautiful girl on the screen is actually 108 years old. She stole people's beauty and youth, converting all their age into herself. But what happens will shock you. This story will teach you a valuable lesson. In the quiet village of Umuoke, where the evening wind carries secrets, lived a woman called Coco. Her age was a mystery, but everyone whispered that she had crossed her 100th year. And yet, she looked no older than 25. Skin as smooth as silk, lips full and pink, waist still curved like a river bend. Her eyes had no crow's feet. Her laugh bore no cracks. Her hands steady, soft, graceful, too soft, too untouchable by time. But no one asked, not because they didn't wonder. They did. They wondered every time she walked past, hips swaying softly, her curly hair glistening under the sun like it was mixed with gold. They wondered when she danced at weddings, her energy matching the youngest of girls. They wondered when she wore tight wrappers with a boldness no old woman should have, and how her face never aged, year after year, season after season. But they never asked, because those who got too curious either left looking older than their mothers or didn't live at all. And so people smiled politely, bowed slightly, and called her Mama Coco. She ran a small hair salon, a quiet wooden room at the back of her compound with cracked mirrors, faded posters of 90s hairstyle, and an aroma of hair cream mixed with something no one could name. Every young woman who visited came out looking more beautiful, their edges laid perfectly, their braids tight and neat, their glow undeniable. But days later, something would change. They would get tired, their bones will ache, their skin will dull. Some developed gray strands, others just disappeared from the village, entirely never to be seen again. If you were lucky in her hands, you would roam the village looking 60 years older than your age, with wrinkled skin and aching bone. And the unlucky ones in her hands were just rendered dead, as all their energy and life source youth were sucked out of them with no mercy. People whispered, but only when the wind was loud enough to carry their voice far away from Coco's wall. What the villagers didn't know, what they didn't dare to believe, was that Coco wasn't using beauty secrets or special screams. She was draining their youth. The source of her power was hair. Coco had long discovered that a woman's strength, her essence, her bloom, it lived in her hair, especially when it was alive, thick, curly, full of dreams. And with her fingers, soft, gentle, and deceptive, she would take it. Each braid she wove was a silent ritual, each cornrow a slow siphoning, each twist a trap. Over the years, she had harvested life from dozens of women. Her most powerful harvest, her own daughter Nnenna. Nnenna had grown to be more radiant than even Coco in her youth. A soft smile, laughter like wind chimes, hair so full, it looked like the sky could rest in it. But Coco was scared. She was losing her glow. Her charm had started to fade. She could see the faint lines near her eyes, the shadow of age creeping in. And so, one rainy night, while Nnenna was asleep, Coco braided her hair. By morning, Nnenna had aged 40 years. Her skin sagged, her teeth loosened. She died by sunset. Coco wept at her grave, but not from grief, from guilt and fear. She knew she would never stop. Her granddaughter Chisom was next. That one ran. She had caught on too fast, felt the ache in her bones after a simple hairstyle, washed her hands, wrinkled in the mirror. She screamed into the streets, her voice cracking. "She's a thief. She stole my youth. Look what she did to me." Her face aged beyond belief, terrified the villagers. But even then, no one dared to accuse Mama Coco. Chisom was sent away in silence. Then came Ada, 17 years old. A glow to her skin, like sunlight, kissed it directly. Hair so thick and full, it seemed a breeze could lift it like a crown. Her smile could light a dark room. Her laughter could heal wounds. Ada wasn't like the other girls. Most of the village girls spent their days gossiping, visiting herbalists, and attending traditional ceremonies. But Ada was different. She loved books. She read old stories about places beyond the hills and rivers of Umuoke. She believed in dreams that stretched farther than the nearest market square. Ada even ran a small library at the edge of the village. A dusty little room filled with tattered novels, worn-out Bibles, and donated school books. Children would gather there after chores, sitting cross-legged, while Ada read to them about distant cities with glass towers and bright lights. Most importantly, Ada was a Christian. In a village where ancestral worship and herbal rites ruled the hearts of many, Ada clung tightly to her faith. She read her Bible under the stars. She whispered prayers before sleeping. She wore a tiny cross on a chain around her neck, and Coco watched her. From the first moment she saw Ada dancing at the harvest festival, laughing, her hair bouncing in the sunlight, Coco knew this girl was different, full of life, full of dreams, full of the exact kind of energy Coco could feed on for decades. But Ada was cautious. Her mother, Mama Ifeoma, had warned her, "Not everyone that smiles at you wishes you well," she said, pressing a protective hand on Ada's head. "There are ancient things in this world, child. Some things only God can save you from. Be careful whose hands touches your hair." And Ada listened at first. One evening, Ada and her best friend Amara sat under the old almond tree outside the library. Their conversation soft in the fading light. "You know Mama Coco can make your hair look like a queen," Amara said, twirling a strand of her own newly braided hair. "You could come with me next week. Everyone is going." Ada frowned, closing her Bible gently. "I don't know. Mama says I shouldn't let just anyone touch my head. Besides, I feel strange about all these herbal things." Amara laughed. "You're too uptight. It's just hair. Besides, Mama Coco is sweet. Everyone loves her." Ada smiled faintly but said nothing. Deep down, a little unease pricked her heart like a thorn. Coco was patient. She didn't rush. Instead, she began a slow dance of kindness. She would pass Ada small gifts, ripe mangoes, sweet yams from her farm. She would greet her loudly in the market, praising her beauty, blessing her loudly for all to hear. She would come to the library with little children in tow, pretending to encourage learning. She became the doting Auntie Coco everyone trusted, and slowly, Ada's guards fell. Coco wasn't so bad. Maybe she was just misunderstood. Maybe the stories were just